Ever noticed how much energy you spend trying to be understood? You explain your feelings. You provide proof. You cry. You scream. You try every possible way to make them see the truth. And yet, after hours of fighting, you feel more invisible than when you started. You're exhausted. Your head thumps. Your heart feels heavy. And they look energized. They look satisfied. Listen to me carefully. You think you are losing because you can't find the right words. You think if you just explained it one more time, they would finally get it. But here's the truth. They already understand you. They just don't care. In fact, they love the noise. They feed on your words. Every time you defend yourself, you are giving them exactly what they want. You are giving them your power. Today, I'm going to show you why your silence is the only thing a toxic person truly fears. I'm going to show you how to turn your quietness into a weapon that they cannot defeat. Phase 1. The mirror. Imagine you are standing in a room. Someone is throwing stones at you. What is your first instinct? To catch them. To throw them back. To ask, why are you doing this? This is how you have lived your life with a toxic person. Whether it's a parent, a partner, or a boss, you have been conditioned to react. When they criticize you, you defend. When they lie about you, you try to correct the record. When they ignore you, you beg for attention. You feel like a radio that's always tuned to their frequency. You sense their bad mood before they even speak. You walk on eggshells, trying to keep the peace. You have become so quiet because you're afraid that one wrong word will start a war. You feel small. You feel like a ghost in your own life. But notice something. Even when you are quiet, you aren't truly silent. Inside, you are screaming. Your mind is racing with things you should have said. You are still participating in their game. You are still waiting for them to tell you that you are enough. Read that again. You are waiting for your enemy to give you permission to feel good. That is why you feel so drained. You are giving them the keys to your internal world. Phase 2. The reframing. Now let's look at that quietness differently. You think being quiet makes you a doormat. You think it means you are weak. You think it means they won. But where did you learn this? You learned it in a house where your voice was used against you. You learned it in a place where speaking up meant getting hurt. Your silence wasn't a choice back then. It was a survival skill. It was the shield you built to protect your soul from the fire. You didn't become quiet because you were a coward. You became quiet because you were a soldier in a war you didn't ask for. Here is the truth. A toxic person is like a fire. A fire needs oxygen to stay alive. In this world, your reaction is their oxygen. Your anger, your tears, your explanations. That is what keeps them going. When you argue with a manipulator, you aren't fighting them. You are feeding them. They don't want a solution. They want a reaction. They want to see that they still have the power to make you lose your cool. They want to know that they are still the center of your universe. Your silence isn't a sign that you have given up. It is a sign that you have stopped supplying the oxygen. Phase 3. The superpower. So how do you use this? How does silence become a superpower? A toxic person can handle your anger. They are experts at conflict. They can handle your tears. They love the feeling of being superior. But they cannot handle your indifference. When you stop explaining, you take away their map. They no longer know where your buttons are. When you stop defending yourself, you take away their weapon. They can't use your words against you if you don't give them any words. Think of it as the black hole strategy. A black hole doesn't fight the light. It just absorbs it. When a toxic person hurls an insult at you, let it fall into the void. Don't catch it. Don't look at it. Don't even acknowledge it. When they say something hurtful, look at them with a blank face. Say nothing. Or say one word. Okay. And then walk away. This is what they truly fear. They fear the day you realize that they are not worth your breath. Silence is a mirror. When you stop reacting, the toxic person is forced to sit with their own ugliness. Without your reaction to distract them, they have to look at themselves. And they hate what they see. By being silent, you are saying, "You are no longer important enough to move me." That is the ultimate defeat for a narcissist. They want to be the lead character in your movie. When you go silent, you remove them from the script. You become the master of your own energy. Listen to me carefully. Your silence is your sanctuary. It is the space where you heal. It is the boundary they cannot cross. Stop trying to win the argument and start winning your peace. You survive the noise. Now, it's time to enjoy the quiet. You aren't broken. You are protected. You are not a victim. You are a strategist who finally knows when to stop playing a rigged game. Go show the world what happens when a survivor finally chooses themselves. Shout out goes to subscriber name. Appreciate you being part of this journey. Stay strong. Stay silent. Stay powerful.